Sacre Hey. Hi, everybody. This is Eliz-sha Keating from wisdomseekers.net. Emphasis on the .net. And we're here today for fire, which includes Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius from November 10th to the 16th, 2019. Can you believe it? I can't believe how fast this week is going, this month. And the first card is Seek the Truth. So hi, everybody. That's fast. So we're going to find out exactly what Seek the Truth is. And the first card is a Major Arcana, which is the star or the goddess. And the goddess is very powerful right in the last few weeks. She's been coming up a lot in the card, Seeking the Truth. And the goddess is a powerful benefactor. So basically what this is saying is what we're going through, what we're dealing with is based on, it's supported by the goddess, and she's a really strong supporter. She likes things in a certain way, and you have to stop and consider, is this the certain way you want it in your life before you accept it? But she does support a great deal. And the certain way she likes it, she likes people to be in couples and things like that. You know, goddesses are by their nature fertility or nurturing. They're not like the old goddesses. Nowadays they're more beneficial, more caring than the old ones were. So they're fine. Just be careful, though. They still have strict rules. The Princess of Pentacles covers us, and she, like the goddess, likes things to be pretty and lovely, but she also brings in abundance. And so what's coming up for us in the next few days? That's weird. No, this is how I do it. I've forgotten. My brain is not on fire yet. I know I'm not a morning person. It's the King of Cups. That's what is behind us. And that's intuition, using your intuition. Using your intuition to find out what is the best option for you. What is the best choice? And what's just passed below us is the Queen of Wands. And the Queen of Wands, it's the end of a cycle, beginning of a new cycle. But the difference with this cycle is you know that you've got more knowledge. You know things more. This would be where your intuition comes in. You just intuitively know things that have in the past been hidden from you. So this appears to be a really positive week, because what's coming up for you probably for the 9th is, or 9th or 10th, tomorrow's the 9th, I guess, is the Four of Wands, which is a coming together. If you were looking for a marriage, this would be a marriage card. But considering that we're not all going to get married in the next little while, this is a celebration because things are coming together for us. And what is ahead of that, what comes after that, is the Sun or the Joy card. And for me, this is a highly spiritual card, because to me, true spirituality is joyful and happy. So for me, that is almost always just a spiritual card. So what supports us for this next little while? Well, 10 of Cups, which is a mature form of happiness and joy and happiness, which lately has come very close to the Sun. It seems to come in congruence with the Sun. And just be careful. And this is 5 of Pentacles, that when you look at what other people have, realize that unless you walk in their moccasins for a mile, you have no idea what's truly there. So this is a card of envy, but it can be also a card of rising above envy. And I think that's what we're going to go with. We're rising above envy. Don't get caught in the envy. The Emperor, and the Emperor has been coming out a lot. The Emperor, and that's a major arcana, so that's 3 major arcana. The Emperor is coming into his own. He's becoming less a rigid, grumpy old man, and more the benefactor of humanity. So the energy is shifting in that regard. The Emperor is no longer rigid and cranky without his mate. He is now becoming the balanced individual that we need in our lives. That would mean that there is a heart opening coming. So that's very positive. So we'll be seeking the truth, and the truth is that life is going to be generally easier for us when we see things with clarity. So that brings us to the last card, the 9 of Cups. And the 9 of Cups is sitting on cloud 9. It is also the wish card. So please feel free to make a wish. So basically, what they're saying is seeking the truth, but seeking the truth in a way so that you see things clearly because it's of benefit for you. It makes your life more real, but it's also easier because when you see the truth and you understand the truth, I'm surprised we didn't get the High Priestess, then life does become easier. We don't see things through the ego ego eyes. We see things through the heart, and when we see things, there's always a positive, whether or maybe it's not a great positive, but there's always a reason, and it's a reason we can get behind and work with. So basically, it's suggesting you change your focus, change how you perceive things. And once you change how you perceive things from an ego base to a positive base, life does become better. Life does have reasons for being there's always a positive reason behind an event. All right, good luck. And is it going to be an easy week? I would love to say yes, but you and I both know that's not going to happen for us in the near future. Will it be easier than it has been? I suspect it will be easier than it has been. And with that, I'm going to jump into the questions.
Malapala says, hi, Ellen, Elisha. Hello.
Hi.
Lightning Spark 100 says, hello to you both. Lovely Ace says, hi, ladies. The Polynesian Princess says, hi, Elisha and Elle. Jiao Fermino asks, hello, darling. Any messages from my guides?
They're quite impressed with you. You've done some pretty impressive of not knowing or growing in the last couple of weeks, and they are very, very impressed with what you've come up with. And they're really pleased with you, and they have suggested quite strongly that you keep it up because your vision is widening, and you will start attracting the energy that you're seeking, and yes, that does include money, or so you will be able to work and survive a lot better that way. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The Polynesian Princess says, looking forward to this reading for Aries. Maria Munoz asks, hello, I found a room for rent. Do you see any problems between the husband and wife who are renting out the room and me and my husband? Thank you.
I suspect the husband and wife that rent out the room bicker a little bit. But I don't see the problem being between you and your husband and them and those two, unless they try to drag you into my side, their side. But basically, no, I don't see a problem there for you. At least not initially. Things could change after you've been there a while, but that's you're fine right now. Okay.
Malapala asks, is my ex-husband in a relationship? If so, is the woman pregnant?
I think he might be in the beginning stages of a relationship, whether it's whether he would define it as a relationship. I'm not 100% sure. It seems to be really, really early in the relationship to have a lot of stability. But having said that, it doesn't mean he's not going to become a father again. There is a bambina that is, if it's not there in the physical, it's really, really, really close. So good luck with that.
Lovely Ace asks, hi, how will my first relationship be? Thank you.
It seems like your first relationship should be very soft and gentle and loving. At least at the beginning, it will be very, very wonderful and very what dreams are made of. Just don't jump into anything quickly, okay? And if this is if you're quite young, and for me, a lot of people are young, just consider that you do not want to be in a strong, hard line relationship well into your 20s. It's much better to go out in groups and have fun and get to know people and enjoy life rather than getting serious, because once you get into a relationship, you end up excluding all those other fun things that you can do. And I don't personally recommend that anybody think about marriage until they're in their 30s, because people live much longer now. And so the 20s, teens, 20s should be time to learn, to explore, to have fun. Okay, good luck.
Toffee H says, hi, honey.
Hi.
Cassie Sue says, hello. Angel Wings asks, is Violetta jealous of me?
Violetta?
Mm-hmm.
First, she says no, and she says just, well, maybe a tiny bit. But her reaction is she doesn't want to be jealous. It's how dare you think about that? But there's a tiny bit of her that is definitely a little envious. Having said that, don't let it go to your head. Don't let it make you feel better or worse, because that's her journey. That's not your journey. Okay.
Nanny Drea asks, does my mom know who I'm really dating?
I believe she doesn't know. And that's all she said, was she doesn't know.
Next.
Yeah.
The Polynesian Princess says, sending you positive vibes, Eliz-sha.
Thank you.
Elantra Cook says, Sagittarius, yes. Lightning Spark 100 asks, how's Evelyn feeling right now? Wanted to get a birthday gift, but for some reason she doesn't want me to get her anything, even though she got me something for my birthday.
She got you something, and she says not to get her something.
If you don't know what to get her, take her shopping.
No, or chocolate.
Or chocolate.
And ice cream. Not ice cream, chocolate and flowers.
Mm-hmm.
A scarf, gloves. Well, maybe not gloves. Gloves are no longer fashionable. Scarves, not so much so.
And if she's been eyeing a particular piece of jewelry, like a necklace or a set of earrings, and you know what it looks like, get her that.
Or do something else, and just sit down and say, okay, intuition, what should I get her? And see what your imagination sees. And don't make it expensive. Make it sort of middle of the road, not cheap, but not expensive. Because she's saying no, but she doesn't. Most women don't mean no when they say no to gifts. But just make sure it's something you feel from your heart. Don't go out and buy the first thing you see because it's there. One guy I dated, he went out and bought these huge, ugly, sparkly earrings. I looked at it and thought, you didn't put any thought into it. And I wore them, but every time I looked at them, I thought, never put any thought into it. Put some thought into it. It doesn't have to be right. It has to have thought. So when you give her the gift, say, this is why I bought it for you. Okay?
Or when I saw it, it made me think of you.
Yeah. Something like that. But yes, definitely get her something.
Mm-hmm.
Even with it is a Starbucks coffee gift card if she drinks coffee. But something that's thoughtful, that makes her life a little easier, but also a little bit romantic. You're not going to get her, for instance, socks that keep her feet warm, because that is a thoughtful gift, but that's also a mom gift. So you think of something like, for instance, a wallet that is the color of her eyes or something like that. So she doesn't want something, but women say they don't want. They usually do. What is she thinking? Yeah, you better get her a gift. Just make sure it's a very thoughtful gift. One rose. Buy one rose and a small, maybe, pair of earrings that she would like to wear, and that makes sure that she has either pierced earrings or no, because that's a huge did you notice sort of thing. She wants to know if you've noticed who she really is. Okay. All right.
Next.
Mm-hmm.
Toffee H says, hi, just wanted to remind you about my nephew Hassan. the teen and his energy clearing. Thanks again. You are a blessing from God.
It helped.
Gabby McMaster says, "Happy Friday. Can you tell me what 2020 will bring for me?"
So, having not said anything, Elizabeth does a reading, and it's about $60-$70 because it takes a lot of effort. But but she goes month by month and does a what is it? A synopsis
year.
for each month.
Yeah.
For 12 months. I'm trying to talk her into doing it 6 months and then redo it again after the 6 months for the other half because things change.
Also, asterisks, if you ask her to confirm what she's read, she doesn't always, and this goes for all readers, that you don't always remember what you have written down or what you have said previously, especially when you're not tuned in on the energies.
And that's not just some readers, that's every reader. I haven't met a reader yet that can go back and
at least not if they're legit.
So I'm sorry if you're asking me to confirm, you got to tell me what I said. But what was I talking about?
6 months reading.
Okay, and you want to know what 2020 will bring for you as a global? Well, that's pretty difficult because there's a lot of things going to happen for you in 2020. Some of it's going to be brilliant, and you're going to love it. And some of it is going to be a little bit having to get through it. As a general rule, though, it's going to go up. Your energy is going up. It's not going down. But, there's always valleys. There's always ups, peaks. Might be you get a new job or something or your job is more exciting or something like that, because I do get energy about a job and in a positive way, very positive way. So generally 2020 is going to be easier for most people, and because you've put in the energy to make things easier, you will find that life is easier. Okay. Not easier. Life doesn't get easier. We're not here for an easier life, but we're here for a life that we enjoy. Okay?
Champagne C says, "Hey, Eliz-sha, and good morning."
Hey, Champagne.
And then she added later, "How rude of..." Also, "Hi, L. How rude of me. LOL. Sorry." Polynesian Princess says, "Your readings are so good. I like to wait until you're done before I ask my question."
Just don't wait too long, but we will be back later on today. At least at this point, there's nothing dragging me away for a change.
There's still time.
There's still time.
Champagne C asks, "I would love to know can you see Mario, sorry. How is Mario feeling right now from what I told him last night? Thank you, Mario."
Mario feels a little shocked, stunned, going, "What the heck?" That's the energy I'm getting off of him right now. I mean, there's things that he hasn't considered or thought about that you made him think about. He generally appears to be reacting in a fairly favorable way, if that helps at all. I mean, he's surprised, shocked, etc. But it does appear that there's more. That it's more. It's not like, oh hell no energy, if that makes sense. Okay.
Polynesian Princess asks, is Cameron doing well in his life right now? I haven't heard from him, but I just wanted to check in on him.
Yeah. Actually, he doesn't appear to be doing great. He's his energy's all over the place, and he doesn't really know how to. He doesn't really know how to deal with. He's not really good on his own. He really actually does need to have people involved helping him sort things out. But at the same time, he runs away from. He runs away from a lot of things. So he needs to have somebody there to help him. But like you know him, he's very stubborn. So it's not happening. But let's suffice it to say he's not doing as well as he could if he was with you. If he hasn't talked to you, then don't force it, because everybody has to learn on their own way. And with you, if he's too stubborn, he's so stubborn. If he wasn't so stubborn, he could have your help. But he's not at this point. So yep, I'm rambling. Never mind anymore. He's not doing as well as he could, and it's all because he's stubborn. That's it. That's what I've said for about 5 minutes.
Elantra Cook asks, how does Marquise feel about me currently?
I think he's falling in love with you. I mean, really falling in love with you. I asked him what he was going to do anything about it, and he says, I don't know. I'm just enjoying the feeling right now. So whether it sticks or not, I can't promise you. And at the moment, he's floating, thinking about you. So good luck. And I don't make any promises there just because he's falling for you, because people have been known to change their mind.
Tay2637 asks, can you give me an overall general health reading, please?
Tay. Oh, and I haven't forgotten. I still have those. I remembered yesterday. I do have the exercise. I just totally forgot to give it to you. But basically it is stand barefoot and allow the energy to come up through the earth to you, and then take the old energy and allow it to go back into the earth, and just keep the clean, fresh energy. Okay, that's basically what it was. Okay, health. So you get headaches like your mom, right? Mostly what I'm picking up is stress, but stress becomes, if it's not dealt with, becomes physical anxiety, physical illness. So I know you're working very hard on things like that. I don't think the stress has got to the place where it's causing you to be physically ill yet, but there are indicators, like probably your stomach is one of the indicators. You probably have a lot of It's sometimes you might find it hard to eat, or if the food you eat doesn't set well. But I think the majority of it is to do with stress. So one of the things I would recommend for you particularly is you start to do some physical activity, and you want short bursts of intense physical activity, like go to a boot camp, but not for hours, maybe 15 minutes. Maybe go to kickboxing would be something where you don't think, you just move physically, and you move physically intensely, but start out slowly, like 15 minutes. Maybe jog. I don't recommend jogging because it's hard on the knees, but brisk walking for 15 minutes, and then you can build up. But if you could go out and take a course, kickboxing would be something I'd highly recommend, especially for women, because it can teach you to look after yourself, protect yourself in situations that are a little bit dire. Uh, I'm not saying you're going to get into situations that are dire, but it's always wise to be prepared. Um, so the headache, and the stomach, and get your iron checked, because I feel joint pains, and joint pains can be a symptom of iron deficiency. All right, but get your lymphatics moving. That would be fast, intense, moving. Will get your lymphatics moving. Um, steam, a steam, steam, a hot steam bath, or a jacuzzi, or something like that. Also, will be beneficial to you. Will relax your muscles. Okay, good luck there, Tay.
Bethany Campbell asks, "Thank you for being here. May I ask what my spirit guides want me to know at this time? Many challenges in my life right now. Blessings."
I want you to take one challenge at a time and deal with it. And even with it's a bunch of challenges that you have to deal with all the time, just deal with one I always recommend you take the least important one and deal with it, and then the second least important one and deal with it. But your guides are said basically just take one and deal with it. And even though you have a lot of challenges, they're not insurmountable. And every one of them has a reason or a lesson behind it. Figure out the lesson and it will go away. Good luck on that.
Lovely Ace says, "Thank you very much." Jennifer Schwab asks, "Hi, my dad had his court date changed to December 4th. Do you still see it going in his favor? He's never had to deal with this before, and he's stressed out about it."
Yeah, I can imagine. I believe it should work well in his favor. I don't see it being, at this point, I don't see it being a major event. Well, the courts don't think it's really important, but I'm sure he does. So I think that well, I'm sure you're helping him with it, right? So make sure you've crossed all your T's and dotted all your I's. But I don't think it's as important or I don't think it's as important or as scary as he's giving it power. And my shoes, I would be very upset too.
Next.
Mm-hmm.
Kimberly Ladieu Ayers It says, hello, Leo, Virgo, Casper from New York.
Hi.
Emily Aquine asks, hi, I would like to know if Jeffrey has made a decision about us.
I believe he has. And it appears at this moment that he wants to go forward with the relationship, but he's also quaking in his shoes about it. So I'd say you've got a good 65% chance he will come forward, but you've got a good 45% chance that he's going to chicken out, because he is literally quaking in his boots about making this major decision. So be really nice, make it easy for him, smile a lot. Okay.
Miss Butterfly asks, hello, I would like to know is anyone coming my way in love soon?
It appears there's somebody there who's been going, hey, I'm here, and you haven't looked at that direction, you haven't seen that person. And I have a hunch that person may be something that's not your typical. It's not whom you usually are interested in, because everybody has a type, right? And it's not your type, or he's just, you sort of haven't just become aware of him. So yeah, there's somebody right there waving and trying to get your attention, and you're ignoring them, and it might be worth trying out.
Lightning Spark 100 amended some of his question. He adds, I already got her something simple, but I'm just wondering why she's being that way.
Oh, okay.
Because she's been kind of distant lately as well.
My feeling was, when I was down there looking, is that she's testing you. And she might be a little upset with you if you haven't picked up on something that she considers important. So it is, women see things from a totally different view than men do. And that is just the simple twos and threes about it. It might be to your benefit to say, hey, can we have a talk? Can we sit down? Did I do something wrong? And if she says you did something wrong, you just say, yes, you're right. You can don't have just, it doesn't matter with it's right or wrong. It just makes the relationship move forward easier. Women can be very cantankerous and cranky, and they see things from a different lens. Lily, our dog, is trying to play. So even with it, as long as it's a small thing that she thinks is, but she thinks is important, just accept it and ignore it. Okay. I know that's that's probably a very bad advice, but don't sweat the small things, and everything's small. Okay.
Kim Z asks, is Josefina envious of me in my life?
She would like to have the life similar to what you have. Yes. She's she's one of these people that sees the glass half full rather than, half empty rather than half full. So yes, as a small answer is yes. Okay.
Malipala says, thank you so much, Elisha and Elle. Deborah Love asks, how does my boyfriend's godmother feel about me? I feel like she doesn't like me.
Well, you know, most parents, and it sounds like the godmother is more parent than godmother. Their kids can never date somebody who's good enough for them. So as long as you and your guy are happy, just ignore what somebody else feels about you, and just realize you cannot make everybody happy, and and don't worry, just literally don't worry about it. I mean, if she makes life too miserable, that's that's I'm sorry. Just take her things that she can that make her life easier. Maybe a bottle of milk, if it goes in the house, goes through the house fast. Uh, make tea for her occasionally. Do little nice things for her, regardless of how she behaves and how she thinks. And you might win her. You probably win her over. But don't bow down before her. Just say, "Hey, I'm making tea for myself. I'll make some for you," or come home with an extra bottle of milk, or whatever you notice if something is going a little. And don't say too much about it. Say, "Hey, I just saw this on the way home, and I thought, hey, we're running out, so I bought it." Okay.
Dominique Agostine says, hello.
I'm sorry, but the little girl who's like 16 months old has grabbed her tail and is running around in a circle. The little girl, Lily, our little puppy, and she's quite hilarious.
She's a weirdo.
She's a cute weirdo.
She is a cute weirdo, but she's a weirdo. Not as weird as our other two dogs.
Anyhow.
Toffee H asks, is he going to be happy?
I think he's going to be as happy as he can be. Does that make sense? People make their happiness, they don't fall into it. And you're happy because you choose to be. You can have the best life in the world and still be unhappy. So it's a choice. It's a choice, okay?
Next.
Yeah.
Gabby McMaster asks or says thank you. Dominique Agostine asks, may I ask which domain should I look for in work?
I can give you general kinds of areas. What's her first name again?
Dominique.
So I'm probably 1,000 miles off, but what came to me was numbers. You're really good with numbers. So what they're suggesting to me is that you look for what you're passionate about and you enjoy, because you're going to spend long hours doing this. And if you're passionate about numbers, then do something with numbers, accounting, whatever. If you're really passionate about using intuition, get into day trading. But I just every time I come down, I come back to some form of numbers. So day trading would be something that you might enjoy. Um, Accounting. I don't see you as a people person. I, and you might be 100% might love people, but something where you work by yourself for yourself would probably be very much more to your advantage. I do know somebody who does day trading, and there you can take courses on it, and after a while you can make a living out of it. But it's using your intuition and getting to know the feel, and it is being in control of your emotions. It's quite a science. So anyhow, good luck with that. I do know that you're going to find what you want, but be very careful where you go, because this is something you want to be passionate about, and you want to have lots of fun. And your idea of fun is not necessarily somebody else's idea of fun. Okay, remember that. All right.
Champagne C says, okay, that makes sense. Thank you.
Good.
B. Erla asks, hi, Elisha and Elle. May I know, how does Jeff feel for me? Anything he would like, just tell me. Thank you so much.
Okay, it's very strange, but slow down a bit. It seems that you're a bit here, and then you're a bit over here, and you're a bit over there, and around here, and you can't keep up. That's how I am. I flirt from area to area, and if you watch any of the videos we've done, Elizabeth and I segue every which way, but this is a bit too much for him. He wants you to just slow down and stick with one subject for a little longer. See what happens. Okay? It's just his mind can't disengage as fast as yours can. Okay, good luck with that.
Felicia _ asks, hi guys, what do my angels want me to know? Thanks.
I think they want you to know that there's somebody in your life that it's time for you to pay attention to. I think it's a male, or pardon me, it's a significant other, and they seem to think that is it's an important thing right now. I believe it's a significant other. It could, but you'll know yourself better than I will what it is, and I think you will know who I'm talking about. But they need a little bit of attention, and they need your attention. Don't give yourself away. Okay.
Tammy Banks asks, hello again. Hope you are all great. Do you see why my eldest son has such terrible headaches? His name is Brendan. Thanks.
I'm not a medical intuitive. I do have access to a really good medical intuitive, but I'm not. But I will see what I can see. I believe, and he had his eyes tested, because the first thing I do, went behind, and his eyes were his eyes seem like they're stressed. He might need glasses or something. I recommend, if he'll do it, get black tea bags that have been used, that are still not hot, warm, and put them on top of his eyes. I think basically he's just overusing his eyes a bit, and if he plays football and he's got his heart set on football, make sure he always has his helmet. Make sure that his neck has some kind of support. If he's not set on it, tell him to stop. Find something that's a better, find something that will give him satisfaction, but isn't so rough and tumble. But I do believe that mostly it's around his eyes. Stress and his eyes. Stress is usually the biggest one, and stress comes from here up. Eyes would be around here. Sinuses are here. They're around here. Because I know I get all those kind of headaches. I get stress and I get sinus, and generally not eye strain, but and we'll check and see what he may be allergic to. For instance, my mother is allergic to chocolate, and every time she had chocolate, she'd have migraines for 3 days. So there's a variety of things that you could check. So allergies, food allergies could be for him, and it could be milk. If he's a big milk drinker, get him off milk. Very few people can actually drink milk. But eye strain is the first thing that came to mind. And the next thing I would think would be allergies. Good luck. That is not a fun thing to have, because my family are prone to headaches. So we understand. Okay.
The Polynesian princess says, yes, thank you so much, Eliz-sha. You were right. I appreciate you and Elle so much. Catalina Mommy asks, hi, will I be able to move to Texas in April?
So first thing I got when I went in, before I even asked, was yes. So I think that's an easy one. But it does appear that things will fall into place for you, and it appears that it's a good falling into place for you. Okay.
We're at 53 minutes. Did you wanna?
How much is left?
They're just keep coming.
Okay, so 53 minutes. Let's go to the top of the hour.
Okay.
Or go to the full hour, and then I'm going to go have breakfast. We will be back
Later.
I have nothing else planned today, so I should be back within a couple. I'm going to try and do 3 today.
Don't hold your breath.
Don't hold your breath, because things
Life
happen.
happens.
Yeah, I get readings, and I got to take those readings because, yeah, I've got bills to pay.
Okay. Yasmin Fox says, hey, I want to know what my soulmate's first impression about me is going to be.
I would say the smile from your eyes. going to notice that there's a shine about you, and it will. And the eyes are the windows to the soul. That is a truth. Even with your blind, your eyes still have a way of showing it. And with your smile reaches your eyes, that's what he's going to notice. Your soulmate may not be able to read your aura, but we'll be able to subconsciously read it. We all subconsciously read auras, even if we can't see it. But he'll be attracted because of your personality, your energetic, yeah, joie de vie. Okay, so good luck with that. I think it's amazing. People you can go around smiling. It's amazing how many people it touches, because that's the first impression people get is your smile. It's how you look at them, and with you look and care, just because they're humans, that makes a huge difference. Okay. And I'm meandering, so let's go on.
Bethany Campbell says, thank you so much. Much love to all. Cian asks, hey, what messages do my guides have?
First thing they say is you're doing really well. Don't be afraid to take. There's something that's you're afraid to do, and they're telling you not to be afraid to take that risk, because you're going to do better than you anticipate, and they have your back. Okay.
Just real quick, Jennifer Schwab, Mom uses a friend that she's known for over 20 plus years, 30 years.
Yeah, but I'm talking about Linda.
No, I know. Jennifer Schwab asks who you use for medical intuitive.
Yeah, but she doesn't work for.
No.
Won't. But you also use Linda.
Yeah.
Linda Johnson. If you've seen her on the Elisha's Wisdom Seekers group, you can reach out to her, and you can give her a donation, because and she has a PayPal. She's fabulous, and you've seen her on the group, I would think, because I've had her on a few times, and she's going to come on one of these days, and we're going to talk about fibromyalgia and things like that. I would reach out to her. Linda Johnson, she's really good. I can give you her messenger. I'll give her your messenger if you want, or we set up a 3-way, and then we can delete it. I'll delete myself after you, but she's really, really good, and she's just amazing. And she and anybody who wants to get an intuitive advice, I would recommend Linda Johnson. And as I said, you would pay her through donation, and because it's in the States, you can't do it any other way. But at the same time, your donation will make a huge difference to her, and her knowledge will make a huge difference to you. So
it's a win-win.
It really is. She is fabulous.
Miriam Rashad asks, hello, I was wondering if my spirit guides have a message for me about my current relationship that is polygamist, and I feel like I'm under spiritual attack.
Because of the relationship?
Doesn't say.
So yes, I'm going to go with a yes under the spiritual attack. And I suspect I suspect you're probably not happy with the situation. So it might be you want to rethink that situation, because I suspect the spiritual attack does come from what the source that you're thinking it comes from. And you know what? It's not that it won't work. It's just, and there are people who really enjoy that kind of relationship. But the one person you're thinking of is too jealous and is not doing well with it. Okay. We must be at the hour now.
Yeah, we are. So
please, people, come back, unless there's anything that's super.
Nothing dire. A lot of thank yous.
Thank yous for the thank yous. I love it. But we will be back with Earth in the next couple of hours. And just ring that bell. Is that what you're supposed to say?
Yeah, ring the bell for notifications for the next time we go live. And
we will be back.
Yeah. So.
And I'm hungry.
Yep.
So we're gonna go.
Bye.
Namaste. Namaste. And as always, it's always a pleasure. I've enjoyed myself thoroughly. Goodbye.